Here we are. We did it. Sorta. I mean, we all did it. We're all part of it. How the fuck did it hit 1,000 episodes? Whew. That's the big question. But today's the 1,000th. The 1,000th. With the great Joey Diaz and the great Tommy motherfucking Segura. This episode of the podcast comes from a movie. What? It's supported by a movie. It's Sony Pictures Classics presents Brigsby Bear, a new film starring Kyle Mooney of Saturday Night Live, Mark Hamill from motherfucking Star Wars, Greg Kinnear, Talk Soup, Matt Walsh, don't know him, Michaela Watkins, and Claire Danes. She was awesome on that terrorist show. Claire Danes. She can act her behind off. You know what I'm saying? Do you know that movie? That TV show? The Showtime show? Homeland.
I was saying Homefriend or something.
Homeland. She's badass on it. She's so good, I have a hard time believing she's not crazy. She's awesome. Brigsby Bear follows the story of James, a bright yet sensitive young man still living at home who is obsessed with a clever yet goofy show called Brigsby Bear. And one dramatic night, James' world is upended when he learns that the series has been canceled. James decides that the show must go on when he attempts to create his own Brigsby Bear adventure. It's now playing in select cities. Brigsby Bear is now playing in select cities, coming soon to a theater near you. Opens nationwide on August 18th, which is today. You said it weirded you out when you saw the preview? Did you get nervous?
No. It's just interesting. I don't even know if I saw an actual preview. I think I saw like an explanation of the story. Or
Did you get scared,
like
bro?
No.
You don't have to lie. Just scared, bro?
I'm trying to remember if it reminded me of something.
You know who I found out was in like serious trouble? Physical trouble. One of the guy that we I know we've referenced him on the podcast before. He's like one of the biggest bodybuilders alive. Rich Piana. Is that how you say his name? Mm-hmm. His arms are like literally the size of my waist. Like my whole midsection is one of his arms. He has an 8-hour arms workout that he does, and he collapsed at home. So it's not good. There's a price to pay for being so swole. That guy's ridiculously swole. Is he the most swole guy ever? He's in the neighborhood, right?
Definitely up there.
He's definitely like in the top 100 of most swole guys ever. There's a lot of people that are like swole people, aficionados, that are screaming in their car right now. Fucking Rogan, you don't know shit about jack dudes. That guy's barely jacked, bro. My uncle's more jacked than him. People take that shit super seriously. But you know who doesn't give a fuck if you're jacked? Lyft. Lyft knows their drivers. They know that their drivers are what keep them moving. So they do everything they can to make sure that their drivers are happy on every trip. Is that a good segue for Lyft?
Great.
That's not bad, right? It seemed like legit. They don't give a fuck about pro wrestling or bodybuilding or just looking jacked for YouTube. But they do care about the fact that Lyft was the first rideshare platform with tipping built right into the app. Because getting tips shouldn't depend on your passenger having a crumpled bill in their pocket. Bravo, Lyft, for the common folk, for the people that have this gig, which I'm sure I would have drove for Lyft if it was around back when I was doing odd jobs, trying to motherfucking make it. You get to keep 100% of the tips, and they add up fast. Drivers have been paid over $200 million since the feature was first introduced. I just did this ad like a month and a half ago, and I said $150 million. That means they made $50 million worth of tips in a short period of time. In between ads, motherfuckers. Woo! And Express Pay lets you get paid almost instantly instead of waiting for weeks. Lyft even has taken the guesswork out of pickups because the new AMP device uses color coding to help passengers find their drivers. So join the ride-sharing company that believes in treating its people better. Go to lyft.com/Rogan today, and you can get a $500 new driver bonus. That's Lyft, lyft.com/Rogan. Limited time only. Terms apply. But don't they always, Jamie? When do terms not apply? Like, oh, no, man, you can do whatever the fuck you want over here. You can just come on over and get crazy, right? Never. They don't. It's not. Terms apply, motherfuckers. Stop looking for an easy way out. You got to listen to this Jocko video. Good. Can we play that before we keep going? Would Jocko get mad? I think it's just helping Jocko. Just pull up Jocko Motivation Good. Just give me a little blast of this. I've played this before in the past. This is one of my favorite things to listen to.
Direct subordinate's one of my guys that worked for me. He would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. And finally one day he was telling me about some issue that he was having, some problem, and he said, I already know what you're going to say. And I said, well, what am I going to say? He said, you're going to say good. He said, that's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say good. And I said, well, yeah. When things are going bad, there's going to be some good that's going to come from it. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get better. Oh, mission got canceled? Good. We can focus on another one. Didn't get funded. Didn't get the job you wanted. Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Got tapped out? Good. Got beat? Good. You learned. Unexpected problems? Good. We have the opportunity to figure out a solution. That's it. When things are going bad, don't get all bummed out, don't get startled, don't get frustrated. If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well, now you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
Dude, come on. Seriously. I heard that when I was running the other day. I was getting tired. I was like, you tired? Good. I ran harder. Like, legitimately. Whew. Damn. That shit's fuel. Do you understand, young Jamie? Last but not least, this episode is brought to you by Onnit. We could not be doing this if it wasn't for Onnit for a number of reasons. This is the first. My connection to Onnit goes back to the Fleshlight days. Because Aubrey was the guy who was running the Freshlight. that's the fruit version. That's how we became friends. The Fleshlight was the first sponsor of the podcast, and then we started on it. That was a long time ago, and since then it's been a primary focus of how I think in terms of like how to take care of my body and how to optimize my time here. What I mean by that is like even like reading things like there's a bunch of articles in the Onnit Academy link that's filled with all these Q&As with interesting people like UFC welterweight champion Tyron Woodley, a bunch of different strength and conditioning guys. There's a thing with Adam Carolla talking about abandoning your dreams, but really was meaning is being flexible with what your dreams are. It's a very interesting video, but there's hundreds of pages, all with cool articles, different recipes, different diet plans, articles on nutrition, strength and conditioning. And what it is about is like finding out what is the latest and the greatest information, inspiration, whatever, and applying that to your life. Applying that to your life to optimize your health through supplements, through strength and conditioning routines that engage your entire body as one unit, what you would call functional strength movements. That's one of the things that we're obsessed with at Onnit. We're obsessed with martial arts techniques. That's why the Onnit Academy in Austin, Texas, the physical place, has 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu and Bang Muay Thai. We have classes in both of them there. We're fascinated by